These 5 parents walked into court full of excuses, but all it took was one question from Judge Vonda B to shut them down completely. One by one, their stories fell apart until they had nothing left to say. No arguments, no defense, just silence.
Her having some painkillers that I would only assume she's taken from the hospital she works at. She's either on painkillers or sometimes I'll find needles around and whatnot. So I know she works at a hospital, so she's got to get the drugs from there.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know?
I just hate that it's really around the kids. The kids find it before I do most of the time.
Oh my.
Yes.
Ma'am?
I mean, I'm not sure where he's getting this intel from, but that's
obviously
not
the
true.
kids.
I mean,
are you saying your kids are liars?
All right, guys, this one is hard to watch. A father steps into court claiming he's doing everything for his kids, while the mother missing for days. But what really shocks this courtroom isn't just the absence, it's the excuses that follow. And trust me, once Judge Vonda B starts asking questions, everything falls apart.
It is important to him. I don't think that's what he's saying. He's saying that you're not contributing anything.
I mean, I am though. Like, I feed them or sometimes, and
I feed them? You'd agree with me that that's your responsibility, right?
She brings them fast food and leaves again.
Okay, but it's food though.
But you don't sit there and spend quality time with your kids. You say, here's food, and leave.
I mean, the tablet works just fine. They can just eat and watch the tablet. Like, why is that a problem?
Because.
So you want to raise a child off of a tablet? You think that's
I mean,
okay?
they have educational stuff. I don't see what's wrong with it. Like,
right away, you can see the imbalance here. The father literally changed his entire work schedule just to be present for his kids, even working overnight shifts. That's not just sacrifice, that's commitment. Meanwhile, he's describing a mother who's barely around. So the real question is, when one parent steps up this much, what does the law expect from the other?
Shift.
as he should, he's a dad.
As you should, you're a mom. The audacity.
I mean, but I have a more important job.
I mean, how many times are you going to say that? I mean, you have the audacity to say that he's a dad and he should do these things, but you're the mom and not doing these things. He changed his shift, why can't you?
Because it's inconvenient to me.
I've actually heard a couple times to where she says, I gave birth to him, it's your job to take care of him.
You believe that?
Yes.
Interesting. Wow. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You are going to financially support these children.
Now things take a darker turn. Allegations of drugs, missing time, and the kids finding things before the father does. This isn't just about child support anymore. This is about environment, safety, and stability. And in family court, those factors matter just as much as money. So ask yourself, would you trust this situation with your kids?
I get it, but it's too much work having a kid with autism. That's why I just leave it to him, because he's better suited for that.
Right, yeah, no. I'm not about to do this game with you. Since you left a month and a week ago, have you given him any money for the children? I don't need an explanation either. It's a yes or no.
No.
Okay, thank you. All right.
She's actually asked for money instead of giving.
This moment right here is where the case starts collapsing. The mother admits she feeds them sometimes, but it's fast food, no presence, no connection. And then she says the tablet can raise them. That's not parenting. That's avoidance. And you can feel the judge's patience starting to wear thin. Because legally, providing food isn't enough. Parenting requires involvement.
Why did you just get an individual plan when you have a family? That was a question.
Because it's his job to take care of them, and I shouldn't have to spend
You know what?
money.
Don't say that again about what his responsibilities are and what his job is, because you're a mom, period.
I mean, but I didn't sign up for it. Like,
countless times I've told her, yes, it is my job to take care of our children.
And you're
as a
doing
dad.
that.
And I'm doing well beyond.
She's not disputing that you're doing that.
Yes. And I feel
But
like
you're not doing your part.
I feel like I'm always not doing enough for my kids.
I mean, but
and
you
only
also
because I don't
forced
have
me
my
to have
other
the
half.
kids. Like, I don't know why you're doing that.
Because
You don't want to have your kids?
I mean, like, when I was pregnant, I told him I didn't want him because I wanted to go party. And, like, he was just like, no, we got this, and like, how is it my fault? He wanted them, I didn't want them. So,
but you kept them.
No, the first we've talked about having kids and we've wanted kids.
I know, but like when we were older,
once she got pregnant
right now,
and she knew she couldn't do what she needed anymore, or really what she wanted anymore, then it was just oh, this baby's really an inconvenience to our lives.
I mean, but you know
this
what,
child support payment is about to be an inconvenience to you as well, because you're going to pay child support whether you wanted them or not is beside the point.
Here's the contradiction that changes everything. She expects the father to step up because he's a dad, while completely ignoring her role as a mother. And Judge Vonda B calls it out instantly. This is where the courtroom dynamic flips. Because the law doesn't excuse one parent just because the other is doing more. Responsibility is shared, no exceptions.
Your net is $4,101.87. Medicaid reimbursement based on 9% of your gross is $450. Do you think you can get health insurance through your employer that's cheaper than that for the children?
I mean, I guess, I don't know.
You don't want to look into it?
Not really.
We work for the same company. Yes, she does.
Oh, okay. So this is what we'll do. You just go ahead and pay that, and you can roll your eyes all you want to. I can roll my eyes too. We're just going to have you reimburse Medicaid that full $450. So that brings your monthly child support obligation for 2 children to $1,025 plus the $450 reimbursement to Medicaid for $1,475. Now, it looks like Dad also requested for you to pay back pay for that month and a week that you left and haven't given the children anything. I'm going to grant his request. So you have arrearages in the amount of $1,475.
And then comes the moment that really hits.
$25 a month.
She openly says raising a child with autism is too much work, so she leaves it to him. That's not just an excuse, that's an admission. And in court, admissions like this carry weight. Because now the judge isn't guessing anymore, she's hearing it directly. So, what would you do, hearing this as a judge?
$1,500. You have any questions about anything I just said?
I mean, I just feel like it should be less. What am I going to be left with to party with? Like, what am I going to do?
I don't know, maybe pick up some extra shifts or work a part-time job.
Or take care of your kids.
Don't, you know, if she doesn't want to take care of her kids, I really don't care at this point. I just want to make sure he gets some financial assistance.
I mean, but he makes enough money.
And I mean, you make enough money too. So again, do you have any questions about anything I just said?
No.
Okay. You have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This might be the most shocking statement of the entire case. She admits she didn't even want the kids and blames him for having them. But here's the legal reality. Once a child is here, personal feelings don't matter anymore. The obligation is automatic. And this is exactly where excuses stop working and consequences begin. Just like that, the ruling comes down. Based on her income, her absence, and her own admissions, the judge orders over $1,400 a month in child support plus back pay. This wasn't just about money, it was about accountability. Every excuse she gave led her right here. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Future daughter-in-law.
Baby mama.
Okay.
Future daughter-in-law.
And Tracy. So Tracy leaves the kids with me and didn't come back to check on the kids, haven't done anything, just dropped them off and took off and expects me to take care of the children with no money. She doesn't drop food off, she didn't leave any clothes, she didn't do anything. Tracy says she works all the time. That's what she tells me.
Okay.
That's where she is. So she hasn't done anything with the kids.
Okay.
And they're small kids. They're 3 and 4. I'm trying to deal with a 3 and 4-year-old while she runs around and does whatever Tracy decides she wants to do.
Okay. Is her name Tracy?
Yes, Tracy.
Alright guys, this one's not just about child support, it's about family tension, miscommunication, and hidden motives. A grandmother steps into court claiming she's been left to raise her grandkids alone. But once the truth starts unfolding, you realize this case isn't what it looks like. And trust me, the ending completely flips everything.
I'm trying to figure out how that works. How do you work but have no money for your children? I mean, I'm confused because I don't understand that.
How long have the children been with you?
6 months.
6 months. And who dropped them off to you?
She did.
Okay.
Tracy did.
I'm assuming the two of you don't get along.
She's not my favorite person. No.
Oh, okay.
No, she's really not. She's really not.
I mean, well, why is that?
I just
curious.
because she lies. She's not taking care of her children. She tricked my son into having children with her.
I did not
Right from the start, the grandmother paints a strong picture. Kids dropped off, no support, no help. And emotionally, that hits hard. But legally, the court isn't just looking at what feels unfair, it's asking what was actually agreed. Because in family court, agreements matter just as much as actions.
How do you know their relationship?
My son tells me things.
Right. You only get it, hear me out, you're only getting information from your son. And I'm not saying that your son is not being truthful, but that's just one side of it. It's always another side.
I see stuff.
And it seems like you're very passionate about your grandchildren.
Yes, I am.
So you should at least pretend to get along with their mother. I mean, she did drop the kids off to you, so she must trust you, right?
I don't say anything bad about her.
Wait a minute. She did trust you enough to drop the children off to you, right?
Or she had no one else.
Okay, but even still, with having no one else, she could have put the kids with somebody that she really didn't know.
But my grandchildren,
That's
wasn't.
my point. She trusted you enough to bring them to you.
Good point. Point
Okay.
taken. Point
Now,
taken.
isn't it fair to
It's probably
say,
my son's idea.
Now
Now,
here's the first key
Mrs.
detail.
Miller, is there
The kids have
anything
been
else you
with her
want
for
me to
6
know?
months.
Well, before
That
I go
sounds
there,
like
let me
abandonment
ask you a
at first,
question.
But the judge
Did your
immediately starts
son,
digging deeper.
did you all
Because
communicate
time
at
alone
all
doesn't
about
prove
why the
neglect.
children were being
The real
dropped off
question
to you?
is, was this
my son
temporary,
is in the
or was it a
military.
misunderstanding?
So Tracy, should be taking care of the children.
Okay.
But she got this new career that she has to worry about. So
That's a good thing, right?
If it'll keep you away from your children, no.
Okay.
No.
And you said 6 months they've been with you.
6 months.
Was there a discussion about it being a temporary thing, or was it just permanent?
temporary.
You told me it was going to be temporary.
I told your son it was going to be temporary.
You didn't tell me it was going to be temporary when you dropped them off.
Okay, so I see kind of what's going on.
This is where the judge shifts the energy. She reminds the grandmother, you're only hearing one side, and that's critical. In legal cases, one-sided stories can completely distort reality. So now the court is stepping back asking, are we missing context here?
I should know that by now. I watch your court all the time. I won't do it again.
You better watch
thank
them
you.
YouTubes a little closer next time.
Okay, that was not
I'm
nice.
sorry. You said be nice.
Miss Miller.
I apologize.
You do not have to act like that, okay?
I don't. I
Now,
apologize.
when we first started talking, you said she was your son's baby mama, and I believe she said they were engaged or fiance or something.
Nah, they ain't.
So couldn't it be that your son doesn't tell you everything?
She got a ring on.
I mean, I
then
thought I
I-
heard her say that.
So you got money to buy a ring.
No,
but
your
you ain't got
son-
money for the kids.
Your son bought
But you
me
took
a
the ring. You should have said, no, give my mama the money give your mother the money for the babies.
Is it my
Okay.
turn?
No, but you put the ring on so you can
Mrs.
flash
Miller.
it. Flash
Mrs.
it.
Miller.
Flash
Mrs.
it
Miller.
again. Flash it again, girl.
Mrs. Miller, it's a beautiful ring. Now, is there anything
Sure
else
is.
you
Look
want
like
me
it
to
costs a
know?
little money too, don't it?
And it sounds like that's a conversation you need to have with your son on another day. Is there anything else
There's
you
no-
want?
Now we learn something important. The father is deployed in the military. That changes everything. Because now, this isn't just about two parents. It's about a temporary situation during deployment. And legally, courts take that very seriously when evaluating responsibility.
Has not had my kids consistently for 6 months.
Okay, how long have Miss Miller?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was
Ms.
just making
Miller?
notes on what she was saying. I apologize.
Yes, you can quietly
I
make notes.
apologize.
Quietly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So her son and I are very much so in love, and he just recently joined the military.
I'm sorry. I should have had some water before I sit down. I apologize. I apologize.
He recently joined the military and he's deployed right now. He's probably going to flip out when he finds out what his mom has done by bringing me to child support court. So
he doesn't know that.
no, he doesn't know yet.
Oh.
Well, he doesn't know. I haven't been able to talk to him yet because he's on deployment. So unless she told him, my understanding is he doesn't know. I just got these papers handed to me like maybe 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago.
To be here.
Yes, and I've emailed him, but I haven't got a response yet. He has limited access right now while he's overseas.
Okay, so it is indeed a fact that you dropped the children off to grandmother 6 months ago.
Yes, so the court knows I am.
This moment shows the emotional tension boiling over. Personal attacks, side comments, all distractions. But notice how the judge keeps pulling it back to facts. Because in court, emotions don't win cases, evidence and agreements do.
Either. So I'm going to allow her to finish because then maybe you can hear what an influencer is.
Okay.
All right.
That works.
All right. Continue.
So I don't get paid a lot. Mostly they just kind of cop the expenses and stuff while I'm growing my channel. Before he deployed about 7 months ago. And he did not want me to give up my growing career. I'm starting to get a lot of traction on social media. And so he told me that he talked to his mom and agreed that she would take care of the kids while I have to travel. And I don't travel for like a month at a time. I'm gone maybe 5 days to 7 days and I'm back 2 or 3 and I get my kids. And then if I have to travel again, I leave them with her. You know, I don't have my mom. And so when I got in this relationship, I wanted to have a good relationship with her, and I don't know why she's so mean to me. Like, I have beautiful children with her son, and I'm a good person. And so if she doesn't want to take care of them or help me anymore, I can give up being a influencer.
And get a real
keep
job.
My kids.
And excuse me.
Now the mother finally speaks, and her version is completely different. She says this was a shared understanding while she builds her career and supports the household indirectly. So now we have two narratives, and the judge has to decide which one aligns with the facts.
Only between she and her fiance, well, not necessarily between the two of them. I believe that based on what she just said, they knew what they were doing, but your son is not communicating with you, and the two of you aren't communicating with each other.
But Your Honor, she says that he was doing the paying part of the bills. He's always paid part of my bills. That was before the children came.
Okay.
So for her to say he's paying the bills for the children, he's not paying those bills for the children. He's always taking care of his mother.
I don't think that's what she meant by that. I don't believe that's what she meant. And
Your
in
Honor,
order
you just
for
don't know Tracy. You just don't. You just
well, it
don't.
sounds like you don't know a whole lot about
just don't.
their relationship. You didn't even know that this is about to be your daughter.
Now the judge connects the dots. This isn't neglect, it's miscommunication. The father, the mother, and the grandmother are all operating on different understandings, and in legal terms, that weakens the case for child support because there's no clear violation, just confusion.
When she dropped these children off to you, did she say that she was never coming back to pick them up? Or did she say that this was a temporary situation?
She said, I am pursuing a career that requires me to travel a little.
Okay.
So I need you to watch the children while I do that. Well, of course, they're my son's children. Of course,
Right.
I'm going to watch the children. But no, she did not say that it was going to be this long and she was going to be gone.
Did your son tell you it was temporary?
Well, I don't like to bother him, with some of this stuff.
That wasn't my question. Did your son tell you that this was a temporary situation while they were, trying to sort things out with military and a
he
job?
said why she started her little career.
Okay, so
That you need to watch, I was going to have the kids.
So you agreed, and I believe there is.
But 6 months?
Do y'all have anything you want me to look?
This question changes everything. Was this temporary? And the answer, yes. That one detail destroys the entire claim. Because if the grandmother agreed to help temporarily, then this isn't abandonment. It's cooperation that turned into conflict.
So I can't just say that you're 100% at fault. You both are doing it. I don't see how y'all are going to be able to work together with these children if you can't even get a word in. Now, in this email,
See, she interrupted
it is very clear what the intentions were. It is very clear that this was a temporary situation and you agree to help them.
She wrote that email. I agreed. I agreed to keep my grandchildren because I didn't want anybody else to
That's
have
what
them.
the email says.
I agreed. I did agree.
Okay,
agree.
so
I'll take that.
Mrs. Miller, I don't like to tell people what their intentions are, but it does not seem like you did anything here today other than to come and waste my time. Because you should not have filed a child support situation on her. You should not. It's
She's
very
the mother.
clear. It is hold on. It is very clear that this arrangement was for you to help not only her, but to help your son as well. And then if it's true what she also said, that she hasn't been able to communicate with her husband, he doesn't even know that you did this. I'm sorry, your son, her fiance, he doesn't even know that you did this.
And here comes the turning point. The judge calls it out directly. This case should never have been filed. That's a strong statement. Because filing child support without legal grounds isn't just a mistake, it's a misuse of the court system.
I'm going to deny your request and I'm going to dismiss this case because you do not have a reason to ask for child support. It's very clear from this email that you knew what the situation was and you agreed to help them. And you're getting financial support from it. It's just not what you're looking for, but that was the agreement, to continue paying the bills and everything like that.
I won't be dropping them off on Monday, so.
You ain't gonna have that already there. You probably not coming.
No, hold on. Yes, you are. Because y'all are gonna do what? Y'all gonna go have a conversation.
Did you hear her? We're gonna have a conversation.
Yes, y'all are gonna have a conversation.
You're gonna have to play
and y'all are
nice,
gonna
not
work
just in
this
front
out.
of the judge.
And you are too. Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, is there anything further?
No, Your Honor. Can we like order counseling? Is that an option?
Girl, please.
Well, I can't necessarily order counseling because you know
Because
this.
I can't talk to her. Look how she
Well,
reacts.
here's the
Girl,
deal. Here's the
please.
deal. I cannot order that. That is not what we do in child support court, but I would highly recommend and encourage it. And it can be done. And I have faith in the both of you. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
And just like that, the case is dismissed. No child support, no penalties, just a clear message. Communicate better. This wasn't about money. It was about broken communication within a family. If this case made you rethink everything, drop your take in the comments, hit like and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Mom's paying child support. I feel it's only fair that dad pays child support for, you know, his child.
Okay. And you said for your nephew, if I remember correctly, there were 2 children, right?
Yes, he's just the father of the 4-year-old.
All right.
Yes.
All right. But you said he was around. I remember
he does,
you saying
and
that.
he even dropped off some school supplies. You know, he brought him a backpack and he got him, you know, the scissors and Crayolas and stuff, but I mean, he didn't help with school clothes.
All right. Right. Have you ever asked him to help with school clothes or do anything more?
I mean, he knows school starts, you know.
Alright guys, this one starts simple. A father, a child, and a request for child support. But very quickly, it turns into something deeper. Miscommunication, assumptions, and hidden expectations. Because sometimes, it's not about who's right, it's about who actually understands their responsibility.
At this point, you are wanting to place him on child support.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I don't know if, have you talked to him before today? Because I don't know if he knew this because he has this look on his face and shaking his head. You haven't discussed this with him?
We haven't.
Yeah,
We haven't.
Where is this
I
coming
mean,
from?
not that you legally have to, you don't,
Well, okay,
but
he knows that mom is paying child support. He knows that my sister's paying me child support for her 2 kids. I think it's only fair he pay child support for 1 kid. He had to have known this was coming. You know, he knew that I had put my sister on child support.
okay.
I knew that.
Right away, the aunt frames this as fairness. If the mother is paying child support, then the father should too. And emotionally, that makes sense. But legally, the court isn't driven by fairness alone. It's driven by obligation, custody, and actual financial responsibility.
You were unaware of the reason that you were coming to court today?
Yeah, I'm just here.
Okay, you got served with paperwork. Did you read it?
No.
So you just showed up without reading? You just came to court not knowing what was going on?
Well, I'm not going to miss court. So.
Well, I can appreciate that. Thank you. You're about the first person that is coming here and recognize that
Yeah.
you should come to court when you are ordered to come to court. But you didn't read the paperwork, so you're not aware of anything.
I'm in the blind about all this, and nothing was discussed or anything like that. Just prior to, sent you a text message here. I think I still got it.
Here's the first red flag. This wasn't even discussed before court. That's huge. because child support cases usually come after failed communication. But here, the father walked in completely unaware, so now the court has to step in and define what should have been discussed outside.
Okay, I got you. I follow you.
Yeah.
And
so,
that matters, because if you're going to be put on child support, you will get credit for any other children that you have. You said you work at a bank. How much money do you make?
say about $60K a year.
Okay. All right. So you pick up your son, you take him places, you do things with him.
Yes.
Do you buy him clothes and everything like that for your home?
Of course.
Okay. As far as Aunt's home, though, Miss Allen's home, you don't.
I can't speak for our household. I
Okay.
can only speak for my household and when I have them. So,
All right.
other than that, yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about knowing that you're here today to be placed on child support at her request?
I think it's a waste of time, honestly. I think we could have.
Now listen closely. The father calls himself an amazing dad, and maybe in his mind he is. He spends time, buys supplies, shows up when he can. But the court isn't asking how he feels as a parent. It's asking, is he meeting his legal duty?
Settled out of court for all this, but hey, you got to go through the process. So let's go through it.
Okay. Have you been giving her any financial assistance for your son up until now?
Yes.
All right. How have you been giving her financial assistance?
Whenever she asks.
Okay. How frequent do you ask him?
I don't like to ask frequently because I feel like he knows his child has needs, wants even, and I don't have to pick up the phone and say, hey, your child's gonna eat today. Hey, look, I even brought my electricity bill, you know, like water.
This is where things start getting technical. The judge asks about income, custody, and contributions. Because child support isn't emotional, it's calculated. Income, time spent with the child, and financial input all matter. And right now, those numbers are adding up in his favor.
What does your bill have to do with my child?
Your child lives in my home
Once
and
a year.
uses this electricity, you know, watching TV or the enjoyment of the air conditioner, you know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just your child, you should pay.
Okay.
Financially.
Once again, you didn't answer the question. What do your bills have to do with my child?
you don't, if you're not gonna sit your child, if you're not gonna take care of your child and have your child with you, well then you can pay financially,
Huh, okay.
right?
I choose to have my child with me, but hey, you know how you guys do.
Oh,
What does that mean? You guys do. What does that mean?
I'm not gonna get into that.
Oh, okay. But I asked you to. So what does that mean?
Yes, Shauna. As I said before, I think that I'm an amazing dad.
Now the father says something important. He's been giving money whenever she asks. But that's the issue. Informal support doesn't always count the way you think it does. Without structure, it becomes inconsistent. And in court, inconsistency works against you.
I could kind of tell that from the last time that they were here.
They have certain ways about them. A little money hungry, if you want to say that. I'm gonna say that and not use the other term. But hey, teach his own. Teach his own.
Okay. And she said some things about the electricity bill and everything like that.
Correct.
Do you think that child support should be
No, child
determined
support
or
is for the
spent
child.
on those expenses?
No, child support is for the child. Me paying your bills, you have another child there, you probably have other dudes there. That's not my responsibility. So
Do you think she was asking you to pay those bills?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. She need help.
Miss Allen, were you asking him to pay those bills, or what
no,
exactly
Judge, I
was?
want him to just get the knowledge that, you know.
Here's the emotional clash. She's talking about household costs, electricity, bills, daily living. He's pushing back, saying that's not his responsibility, and legally, he's partly right. Child support isn't about covering someone's lifestyle. It's about supporting the child directly.
That you all had first to try to see what you can work out. But I mean, nonetheless, we are here today. Do you have access to health insurance?
I do.
All right. Do you know how much it'll cost you to put your son on health insurance?
I don't have an exact number, but I'm pretty sure anywhere between $300, $400
Okay.
a month.
All right. Is it possible that it could be cheaper than $300?
Once again, I'm not sure. I have to go through and find out there. But pretty standard there. I believe it's about 300, 400. I think it might be cheaper, but I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Jackson, this is what we are going to do. We are going to place you on child support today. I mean, at the end of the day, the law is the law. You do have a responsibility to financially support your child, any children that
But then
you
he
may
takes
have.
it
Your
further,
child
calling
is
them
living
money hungry.
with his aunt.
And this is where perception
She
starts
should
hurting his
receive some
case.
sort of
Because once you
financial,
shift from facts to
support
accusations,
in caring
you
for
lose
your son,
credibility.
just like
and judges
the mother
notice that
does.
instantly.
I mean, like numerically, how does that look?
What, an extra 250 to 500?
A month?
Yeah, say that.
Okay, and the last time you were here, I believe you said your nephew had been with you, let me see, I have my notes here, 9 months at the time.
250, there's no way. 250 to 500, there's no way.
Okay.
He'll send like 20 bucks here, 30 bucks here, 40 bucks. I've never received a payment
Now
more
the
than
judge
$50
makes it clear.
ever.
This
Never.
isn't
Is it
punishment.
possible that,
This is
excuse
law.
me, excuse me.
No matter
Are you
how
sure?
involved you
I'll
think
let
you
you
are,
guys talk
if your
the first
child
time.
lives
Now I'm
primarily with
talking.
someone else,
So,
you
is
have a
it possible
financial
that the
obligation.
$250
That's not
to
optional.
$500
That's enforceable.
And what I was just trying
Come
to
on
say
now.
is, come on, I mean, come on. $500
Come on
in a
now.
year, that's
Come
not
on now.
much.
Well, she did ask for back child
Come on.
support too, so that's the reason that I asked what it was that you had paid her.
You can take $500 off, fine.
$500 off the back pay?
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
give him
now
that.
you do understand that back pay starts from the day that you filed, right? She hasn't filed, you know, it's been fairly recent since she filed. So taking $500 off, that'll probably put you around $2,000 in back pay. And you can pay that back at $100 a month, okay? So this is what we're gonna do. What I'll do is give you credit. I can give you $200 credit for health insurance. Now, if your health insurance ends up being more than that, I can't just say, okay, I'll give you credit for $300 or even more than that without seeing what the actual health insurance premium is going to look like for your son only. So I give you credit for $200, okay?
Okay.
All right, so if I do that,
This moment exposes the truth. Those small payments he mentioned, they don't match what she's actually receiving. And this is why documentation matters. Because in court, numbers don't lie, but assumptions do.
Have one and expecting one.
okay, so you have one child that's already here.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So that is $3,979.47. That's 20%. $795.89. We'll round it up to $796. Plus $100 a month for the back pay that you owe. That makes your monthly child support obligation $896 a month. All right.
Thank you, Your
That's
Honor.
ridiculous.
You're
But
welcome.
Thank
okay.
you, Your Honor.
Do you all? I mean,
And
it's
my
based on
nephew's
a
gonna
number.
thank you too. My
It's-
nephew thanks you too.
Okay,
And he'll
that's
thank
great.
you too.
No, your bills, thank you. That's what it is.
Okay, the two of you
Whatever.
hush, thanks. All right, so, as I stated, it's not a punishment or anything like that. It is strictly based on what your income is. Now, if you guys can work together and you decide you want to do something different, you get an agreement or something like that, I would happily entertain that. But until then, this is where we're at today. All right, do you have any questions?
Now comes the calculation. Income, credits, back pay. This is where everything becomes real. The judge breaks it down step by step, and suddenly, what felt like a simple disagreement turns into a legal obligation with exact numbers attached.
Mr. Jackson.
I bet he don't. my apologies.
Money hungry, like I said. No, I'm good. I mean, I got other priorities right now, so
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for showing up for court, at
most
least.
definitely.
Other
Thank you.
priorities than his son.
Miss
Other
Allen,
priorities
your
other than
only
his son.
That's not your
priority,
business.
you have two
You want your bills
priorities.
paid,
The
right?
first priority is for you to make the request as you did, and the second one is to hush.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right?
Your
Anything
Honor.
further?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just like that, the final order, nearly $900 a month in child support plus back pay. Not because he's a bad father, but because the law requires consistency, not occasional effort. If this case made you think differently about responsibility, drop your take in the comments. hit like and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
What's going on with you all's situation?
I mean, not too long ago, she dropped the kids off. She was in a strange vehicle, saying she was about to come up on some money, and I haven't seen her since, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I'm taking care of these kids. I got to go to work. I can't, you know, they my kids. I had them, I made them, but, you know, I got to go to work. You know?
Okay. How many kids are we talking?
5.
5 kids? She dropped out 5 kids with you?
5 kids, Your Honor. No
And
clothes,
kept going.
no nothing.
Who was
kept
driving
going.
the car? Could you see?
I couldn't see. You know how it is.
No, I don't.
Maybe you don't.
Tell me what you mean.
I mean, you know, these women get with these strange guys, and you know, they give them this false hope, and so she was in some kind of old Cutlass with some 20s on it.
All right, guys, brace yourselves for this one. A father walks into court expecting to be put on child support, but the mother who filed the case, she doesn't even show up. Instead, we hear a story that raises more questions than answers. 5 kids, sudden disappearance, and a situation that feels more chaotic than legal. But as the judge starts asking questions, you'll realize this case isn't about money. It's about responsibility, safety, and what happens when one parent completely vanishes.
Bring you to court for child support?
She did. And then she dropped the kids off, and I haven't seen her since.
Okay. So what was the conflict? Like, what happened for you all to get to the point to where she said, I'm going to file child support on you?
Well, I was working out of town, Your Honor, and I was sending her about $500 a week, but she wasn't satisfied with that. She felt like she should have $2,000 a week, and I just couldn't do it, Your Honor. I couldn't survive off giving her that much money, and you know, I tried to work it out with her, and then I ended up getting a letter in the mail, which I thought was...
Right here, the story takes a shocking turn. 5 children dropped off, no car seats, no diapers, and then she disappears. Now legally, this changes everything, because child support assumes both parents are present in some capacity. But when one parent vanishes, the court shifts focus from money to immediate child welfare. So ask yourself, at this point, is this even a support case anymore?
Okay, you
Yes,
pay for
ma'am.
health insurance and everything like that?
All of it. And I work at McDonald's, you know, and I can't afford that, you know. 5 kids, McDonald's salary, it's hard out here.
Okay,
For
so
a
you're
kid.
in management?
No, I work on the line. I'm a cook.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
ma'am. Best
All right.
cook out here.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Too bad I don't eat at McDonald's, otherwise I'll put your cooking skills to the test.
Now we get into the financial side. He claims he was already sending $500 a week, which is significant, especially on a limited income. But she wanted more, and this is where many cases break down. Expectations versus reality. The law doesn't calculate support based on demands. It calculates based on income and ability. So the question becomes, was he underpaying or was she overreaching?
I don't know what you mean, but you know what? I don't even want to know.
Yeah, you probably don't.
Okay, all right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and dismiss this case.
I appreciate that.
No
I
problem.
left them in the car, so, you know, I really do got to get back out there.
You left them by themselves?
What a dog watching them.
There's a dog watching the kids in the car.
The dog watching.
Is it like a German Shepherd? I have a German Shepherd.
No, it's a poodle, but he's trained to watch the kids.
So you left the poodle with the kids.
Yeah, the kids, yeah.
How old is the oldest child?
11.
Well, I guess that's not too bad. How old is the youngest child?
2.
Oh, okay. It's not
Yeah.
too bad, but
Yeah.
let me hurry up and get you out of here so you can go back and get with those kids,
I
okay?
appreciate that, Your
So
Honor.
we're going to dismiss this case. Now, she does have the right, if she wants to
But this moment is crucial. He reveals he works a low-income job while supporting 5 children and covering everything, including health insurance. Legally, that matters a lot because the court looks at burden and capacity. And here, the burden is already heavy. So placing additional support obligations without full context could actually be unfair.
file it in the future.
Right.
That's not saying that she will get what she's looking for, but she does have the right to do that. I just want to make sure that you understand that.
Right. Well, I don't think she'll show up anytime soon. She went to Miami to get a BBL, so
What's a BBL?
it's where, you know, they take the fat from the...
And just like that, the case gets dismissed. No calculation, no payment order, simply because the person who filed didn't show up. That's how serious court procedure is. You can't claim support and then disappear. But what really stands out here isn't the dismissal, it's the reality this father is left with. 5 kids and no co-parent.
stomach and put it in the butt. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
so
don't
like
know.
plastic surgery?
I guess. I mean, I seen a picture. It was 10 or 12 of them in wheelchairs at the airport. So
Okay, well,
I
all
think we in
right.
the wrong business, you know?
Maybe so. I need to be one of those doctors.
Right.
Okay. Well, Mr. Clough, if there is nothing further, you are free to leave and get to the car to get with those kids, okay?
Right. I'm gonna get there right now. I
All right.
appreciate it, young.
Thank you.
So, in the end, no child support was ordered, not because the need wasn't there, but because the case itself collapsed without the mother present. What started as a financial dispute turned into a deeper question about accountability and parenting, and now the real responsibility stays with him. If this case made you think differently, drop your opinion below. What would your verdict have been? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more real courtroom drama.
Like, what's going on?
Well, I currently pay $880 a month for child support.
Okay.
I also pay $362 for health insurance. And I see my kids every maybe like 4 times a week.
Okay.
I see them pretty often. And she's trying to take my kids and move off to Florida.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I'm not going for that.
All right. Did she tell you why she was trying to move to Florida?
Because she just want to live her best life.
She said that?
That's what it is. She want to go to the beach, drink coconut balls or whatever they have out there in Florida and just...
All right, guys. This one starts like a simple child support reduction request. A father says he's paying too much and claims he's heavily involved in his kids' lives. But as the story unfolds, cheating, relocation, and a major legal mistake come into play. And by the end of this case, the outcome is something nobody expects.
The fact of losing my kids, that I was like, are you moving to Florida for like vacation time or just so you can live your best life? Or because we in Texas, I'm in Texas. I'm a good dad.
So what did she say to that when you said, are you trying to move to Florida to live your best life?
She said, yo, you shouldn't have messed up.
What did you do?
Right away, the father frames this around fairness. He pays nearly $900 a month and sees his kids often. But here's the key legal point. Child support isn't reduced just because you feel involved. It's based on structured custody, income, and legal guidelines. So the court is already looking beyond his perception.
I met this lady our freshman year of college.
Okay.
And we were in class and she was sitting in the front, I was sitting in the back. And I saw her and I said, man, I'm gonna have to put my bid in as soon as class is over.
Bid, that's what they call it these
yeah,
days. Okay.
we call it put your bid in. Because
All
I'm
right.
sure there's other people that put their bid in too. So if I got the highest bid, of course I'm a getter, you know?
Oh, so
So-
you subcontracting these things now.
I was, yeah. At that time I was subcontracting, you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Right.
Keep going.
So I saw her in the hall and I came to her and my bid won. And we was together for years, Your Honor. We were together for years. We have 2 kids. We have a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Okay.
Throughout the time, and as life just went on, we just started kind of fading, Your Honor. I'm a coach. I'm a football coach at a college.
Okay.
And one of the cheerleading coaches kept hitting on me. And I kept rejecting her.
So you put a bid on her too?
She put the bid on me, Your Honor. Yeah, she put the bid on me. So I gave in to that bid. She had a high bid.
Now we hear about the move to Florida, and he immediately assumes it's about lifestyle. But notice, he never actually asked why. And in court, assumptions don't hold weight. Intent matters. Evidence matters. So already, his argument is starting to weaken before the facts even come out.
No, that's about it, Your Honor. That's
Okay.
about it.
All right. All right. Ma'am, and give me your last name.
It's Adams with 2 D's.
Adams with 2 D's. Okay. All right. Mrs. Adams or Miss Adams.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Adams. So tell me about, so this story that he told, he actually, you know, you won the bid, or he won the bid.
Well, I think that tells you everything you need to know about his view of relationships is very transactional.
Oh yeah, that's the word I was looking for. That's it, transactional.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
very much I do this and you do that, and I think the fact that he didn't even bother to mention our children's names should tell you everything about our relationship.
Well, he told me the ages.
Yeah, well, that's great. Robert and Madison, that's with a Y.
But she didn't ask for the kid.
Okay, yeah, I get
oh.
it. Anyway, so going back to, evidently I'm just going to Florida for a permanent.
This is a major turning point. He admits he messed up in the relationship, and that matters more than you think. Because while child support isn't about punishing behavior, relationship breakdown often impacts custody dynamics, which directly affects financial obligation.
See how much money she makes.
She just having random dreams, Judge, but it's all
Okay,
good.
that's great, but I need to see how much money she's making.
Right.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
All
Your Honor.
right.
Yeah, less talking, more listening.
And you do the same thing. All right, now. Continue.
Jesus.
So I'm taking the kids to Florida because I have a greater job opportunity.
Okay.
And, you know, it's so interesting to me that he says that he sees the kids 4 times a week. I guess he's talking about maybe a FaceTime call or seeing them on his phone screen, because I certainly don't see him picking up the kids and taking them to the doctor and cleaning up vomit in the middle of the night. So
Here's where his logic really gets tested. He compares himself to other dads who don't pay support. But legally, that argument means nothing. The law doesn't care what others get away with. It cares about your responsibility. In this mindset, it's not helping his case.
look, the fact of the matter is, I guess he doesn't realize that his children are gonna need to eat, whether they live in Texas or they live in Florida. And
That's
they're
true.
And they're gonna need new tennis shoes and new clothes, and I guess he just thinks that money goes on trees, or that kids just eat for free. It's not how it works. This isn't TGI Fridays. So the cost of living is going to be higher in Florida.
All right, what are we looking at?
So my rent is going up from $2,000 a month to $2,800 a month.
Okay.
Because I have to have a 3-bedroom, because Robert and Madison need their own bedrooms. And of course, I have to pay for flood insurance and other things like that.
Okay. All right. And you mentioned food.
Yeah, so
Now the mother speaks, and everything shifts. She calls his view of relationships transactional. That's powerful, because she's not just arguing about money, she's challenging how he sees responsibility. And that emotional layer starts influencing how the judge evaluates credibility.
For flood insurance and rent too, or are you using it to feed the kids? I just want to make sure I'm clear on what it is that you're saying in regards to his request to get a reduction.
yes, Your Honor. So the thing is that if I was living in a 1-bedroom because I was by myself, my rent would be a lot lower.
All right.
But I have to get a 3-bedroom because I have a boy and a girl, and I don't want them sleeping in the same bedroom.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I have to get a 3-bedroom, and so it's not just that, it's my electric bill, it's cell phones, because our 5-year-old has a cell phone, so now I have to make sure that we've got her a phone line so you can talk to her dad so he can see her for.
Here comes the truth about Florida. It's not a vacation. It's a job opportunity, and legally, relocation for better employment can be justified, but only if it follows proper court procedures. And that's where things are about to go very wrong.
Here.
Yes, but he moved just outside of Ellis County, so he's just outside of the geographic restriction, so it's technically lifted, Your Honor.
Okay, and technically is what you said, but is that what your court order says?
Well, the court order says Dallas and contiguous counties, and he moved like a mile on the other side of the Ellis County line.
Okay, and I do have a copy of your court order here, and it doesn't mention that it's automatically lifted.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just thinking it was the one that.
O is right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
O
Thank
is
you.
right. What?
I'm sorry.
O is right, because you can't just leave. You can't just do that. You actually have to ask permission to modify this order like he did.
Well, can I modify the order to move to Florida?
Did you file anything for today?
Now we get into real financial breakdown. Rent increasing, cost of living rising, food expenses. This is what child support is actually based on. not opinions, not emotions, real numbers. And suddenly, his $880 payment doesn't look as unreasonable as he thought.
Properly to you. You can't just move. So let me tell you what we're going to do, because I think this is the fair thing to do. Regardless to whether you say his visits are inconsistent, he say they're consistent, the reality of it is when you move to Florida, he can no longer have access to those kids. So even if he were coming this day, and did every weekend, he won't be able to do that anymore now that you are going to move to Florida. So what I'm not going to touch is your custody arrangement. Not going to touch that at all. This is a child support court. That has nothing to do with us, okay? So I'm not going to touch it at all. You are free to move to Florida. However, he's coming off child support. So then he can use the money, the $880 or so that he would give you for child.
This moment clarifies everything. The mother explains that housing, utilities, and daily care are all tied to raising children, and legally, she's right. Child support contributes to the overall environment of the child, not just direct expenses.
Like that, I believe that's in the best interest of the children, and quite frankly, that's fair. You're moving without permission, right? Which is a violation of your court order, so it's only fair that he stops paying child support. So beyond a reduction, he's coming off child support today. Now you will have to keep maintaining the health insurance, okay?
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right, so that, what is it, $362?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll still continue to pay the health insurance, but there will be no child support paid from him to you. Hopefully you guys can come to an agreement.
That's the plan, Your Honor.
And here it is. The biggest mistake of the case. She's planning to move without court approval. That's a violation of the custody order. And in family law, violating an order can completely flip a case, no matter how strong your argument seemed before.
Once we leave, I plan on giving her a call so we could try to talk about things and kind of get on a good level with each other.
Yeah, I think that can work. And who knows, your job may transfer up here and you may end up being back in Dallas anyway. Now, if that happens, you all would need to come back, because then we need to look at something different about what child support is going to be. But until then, you know, enjoy Florida. All right, is there anything further?
No?
Thank you, Your Honor, for everything. You really made a big change in my life, and I'm glad we came to your court today.
All right, well, you're very welcome. And if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Now the judge delivers a surprising ruling. She allows the move, but removes child support. Why? Because if the father loses consistent access, that money can instead be used for travel to maintain a relationship with the kids. It's not punishment, it's rebalancing fairness. So in the end, what started as a request to reduce child support turned into something much bigger, a legal misstep that changed everything. The father walks away paying zero support, but still responsible for staying involved. If this case surprised you, drop your take below. What would your verdict have been? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more courtroom drama.